Hi.
Hi, sis.
I'll push your glasses up a little bit, Dad.
Okay.
Are you having fun yet?
No, I don't feel like I got I thought this needed to be turned around.
We will when we show it on the camera. We're not there yet, though.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Are you ready?
No. On the quartet, you got the quartet out, and does that go up there?
We're going to grab it as we talk about it.
Oh, we're
That's what we're doing. That way we can show it on film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. I know if
Turn
I
up
didn't
the
tickle.
smile, Dad.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We're going to have a moment of silence and then we're going to start.
Okay, one
Okay.
moment of silence, then we're going to start.
Yes!
One moment of silence, and then we're going to start.
Okay, here we go. I know you got me laughing and I can't be serious.
Who are we? What are you doing here?
Dad. Okay, stop. I gotta be serious now.
Okay.
All right, Dad, here we go. All right,
Okay.
let's see. We're going to start here. Introduction.
You ought to have an agenda written.
I do, but I got all messed up. Cut. No, okay, here we go. Let's see. We're in here. Okay, so I'll have a couple seconds and we're going to start. Don't look at me.
I think you need a drink of water because you got dry lips.
No, I don't. I got funny lips. Okay.
Okay.
I'll look over there at the camera in a few seconds here, okay?
Okay.
Hello, my name is Katrina Presko, and I am the daughter of John and Nancy Presko. And it is Tuesday, November the 26th, 2013. And I'm here with my dad and to interview him about his life and his ministry. So, hi, Dad.
Hi, sis.
How are you?
Fine. That's P-H-Y-N-N-E.
Yep, it is. So, Dad, let's, you've had a lot of years in the ministry.
Uh-huh.
A lot of years.
Yes, 49. I just completed 49.
Mm-hmm. So, when you retired from Tate's Creek Christian Church, that was July?
July 31st of 2012.
Okay. And that was completing 49 years, and how many months was it?
49 years.
Oh, it was right?
Like that, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. So let's talk about your family and where you were raised, and just tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I was born in East Chicago, Indiana, in 1945 on September 11th, so I'm a 911 baby.
Yeah, you are.
And anyway, we lived there for 3 years, and then we moved out to Redwood City, California, which is a suburb south of San Francisco. And we were there 4 years, from 1948 to 1952. In 1952, my dad got transferred to Southern California in San Bernardino, and there he remained for the rest of his life. And we were not church people. We didn't go to church.
All right.
But I enjoyed my life. But I started to go to church in 1960. My mother and father were going to get a divorce, but they decided not to, and my mother decided to turn to the Lord. So in 1960, we all came into the church, Central Church of Christ, in San Bernardino, about 2 blocks from where we lived. And that was quite an experience at church. When we came into church, we, the 4 of us, my mother, my father, my sister, and myself, 4 in the family.
Mm-hmm.
We were a household conversion, but we didn't come on the same Sunday.
Right.
And my mother came on Easter Sunday, was baptized, my sister on Mother's Day, my father on Father's Day, and I came on my birthday. Yeah.
That's great.
And I was on my 15th birthday.
15.
Mhm. And then 4 months later, in January of 1961, I dedicated my life to specialized Christian service. I was just a sophomore in high school. And that meant that when I graduated then from high school, from San Bernardino High School, which was right across the street from the Central Church of Christ, and I graduated in June of 1963. I enrolled in college at Pacific Christian College in Long Beach, California, which was 67 miles from San Bernardino. And I began serving in various ways. I was in San Bernardino through the college years too. I was youth minister there for a couple of years, and I was involved in the campus life. I finished my studies in 4 years, not 5, and I was, like I said, youth minister. I was in a quartet in college for 2 years.
Yeah, and actually we have your original record from that, right?
Yeah, we made one record in August of 1965.
All right, and this is over here in our fancy prop window. And this is, I'm going to put this in front of you, Dad, so that they can see it. This is Dad's, this is the original album, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and it says 1965. And Dad, what'd you sing, baritone?
I sang lead.
Oh, lead,
Second
okay.
tenor.
So this is called the Commander's Quartet. I remember hearing this as a kid.
Yeah, what are some of those old songs, sis?
Yeah, let's see. Well, first let me read this part. It says, John Presko, the enthusiasm which John displays for both his Lord and for gospel music is evident in his strong lead voice, which stands out. Yet it blends beautifully with the Commanders. Hear him featured in Do You Know and Lovest Thou Me. So that's 2 of the songs that were on the album.
Mm-hmm.
There's 12 songs on the whole album. Classics like Old Country Church, Rock of Ages, Oh What a Savior. Now the Cathedrals redid that one. That's a great 7 gospel classic.
Yeah, they took our lead and followed our example.
That's right. Glenn Payne took your lead voice. Yeah. And it says down here at the bottom of the record, this album was produced by Capers Music Productions, 679 South Belden Street. What city is it?
Rialto.
Rialto, California. And this was done August of 1965. Now, Dad, how long did you sing in this quartet?
2 years.
2 years.
64 and 65.
So, like, was it your sophomore year of college or junior?
Freshman and sophomore.
Freshman and sophomore. Okay, and here's another shot. And here is my dad right here. It looks like, Dad, you've got the crew cut of the bunch.
Yeah. A lot of people had crew cuts back then.
You did. And speaking of your sophomore year, Mom told me were you the president of the class?
Yeah, sophomore class president.
Okay.
Yes, and I was editor of the campus newsletter called The Torch.
Okay, and this is a copy of one of many copies that Dad has called The Torch. And here's what that looks like. And you can see, Dad, you may not be able to see close up, but I'll put a picture on there later. And there's a close up of Dad's picture in there. And so how long were you the editor, Dad?
A part of the year. We changed every quarter, so I think I had it 2 quarters.
Yeah, one thing about Dad, he's always had a great gift of writing and grammar and editing. So that's great. So I'm assuming you met a lot of neat people by doing that and interviewed people, or
yes,
or how did you do that back then?
Well, I interviewed some, and then we had some on the staff. They list the staff members who helped get articles, and we put it all together.
And this is back in the days when you were typing on a hand typewriter, right?
That's the only way to go.
Yes. You still have yours, don't you, downstairs?
Well, it broke. It moved you could say something like this when you're rearing your children. a lot of blessing and problems and things. It takes a big effort to rear the children right and everything. And this happened in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. And it was in the maternity ward, and there were several expectant fathers that were waiting for their wives to deliver babies. Well, after a little bit, one of the nurses came into the waiting area and said, Mr. Wheeler, we want to congratulate you. Your wife gave birth to twins. And he thought for a moment, and he said, you know, that's amazing. I sell tickets for the baseball team, Minnesota Twins, there in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Well, a little bit later, another nurse comes in and said, Mr. Jones, congratulations, your wife gave birth to triplets. And he said, well, now isn't that amazing? I work with a 3M company. About that time, Mr. Umbarger gets his hat and he gets ready to walk out the door, and the nurse says, Mr. Umbarger, where are you going? He said, I'm getting out of here. I drive a 7-Up truck.
Oh, that's
and
good.
And then on Mother's Day, we always give out gifts to
Mothers.
So it made it really special. And so I came across this little poem, Mother. It uses an acrostic, M-O-T-H-E-R. And it goes like this. M is for the mink coat you want, dear. O is for the opal ring you have craved. T is for the sports car you love, sweet. Is for, H is for the hat that makes you rave. E is for the earrings you admire, dear. R is for the rug on which you tread. Put them all together, they spell bankrupt, and so I'm giving you this handkerchief instead. So they enjoyed that. But it's nice to have a little humor. And, it's serious. Of course, when Wayne preaches, he would, people felt like they'd been to church. They laughed, they cried, and they were blessed.
Yeah, I'm sure you got some material from Wayne too.
They
He was a big part of that.
Some Wayne, and he got some from different preachers, and it saves a lot of time when it's all together. And
sure.
so
it's good.
I can tell you, he was in a group that met on Thursdays over at Southeast Christian Church in Louisville, and they would study from the previous week's material, and they would study and make recommendations. Then they'd come together, and there were about 10, 12 preachers, and they'd go over everything. And so Wayne and Witt, Wayne had Witt, one of the staff ministers at South and Witt Criswell, and they would leave and meet at the church at 10 o'clock and drive over to Louisville, be there at noon for lunch, and then they'd study and get back home. Well, Wayne had a big appetite.
Yeah.
So they would go up to Versailles Road at the airport and turn left and go towards Versailles. Go about 2-3 miles, and there was a bakery on the left. You probably remember that bakery.
Yeah, I do.
So Wayne stopped, and they would pick up a couple donuts, and they'd get back in the car. They'd always go in Wayne's car, but Whit would drive.
Yeah, Whit Criswell, one of the ministers, drove him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they went around the curve of Versailles up towards I-64.
Right.
And they would go under I-64, and immediately was like a quick trip. Gas and food items. And he'd get a big bottle of pop, take that, they get back on I-64, and they get over Shelbyville.
Yeah.
They needed a place to eat there, so they stopped there. Well, that 3 stops. It's just 80 miles. And so Wayne go in there, and he's sitting in there about an hour, and he's real antsy.
Yeah.
And so he'd leave, and he'd come back with a tray. The church had pop machines there, and chips and things, and he'd load it up really. And they all would smile when he'd leave to get up,
Yeah.
because they knew he couldn't sit very long. And he'd come back with pop and stuff, and they'd have a big time. Then they'd be time for lunch, and then they'd come home and they'd stop again, spot or two, and then Wayne'd get in the back seat with a little pillow he put between his legs, and he'd have another pillow for his head, and he'd take a little half-hour cat nap. But it saved him a lot of time to do that. One humorous time was when he went to Kentucky Christian College. He and Bob Russell were going to be the speaker one Friday night and Saturday, baccalaureate and graduation.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great attraction, a big crowd.
Sure.
So, anyway,
Yeah.
that was,
That's our turkey, by the way. Mom's cooking a turkey.
that was,
Yeah.
was a blessing for them to hear Wayne and Bob. And,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
but what they had to do was they could tell a joke on each other,
Yeah.
something that's funny. And Bob got up and told about the time Wayne was on TV, the South and how, and Wayne would read his sermon. And so he was reading along, and then he stopped. And Wayne said, "Wait a minute, I don't believe that." So